What is going on, guys? I wish everyone a happy new year and holidays. I'm not sure what's going on with the hair here. Don't think you guys really care though. So, what's new? Well, in Ontario here, the winter season has been slow. That hair looks absolutely horrible. I should really try and find a hat. Whatever. I'll show you guys. There's not much snow on the ground. We just got a kind of a dumping the last couple nights. And there's probably like 6 inches on the ground. Zeke's somewhere around here. Zeke! Oh, there he is. I know a few of my subscribers like to see him. Maybe he'll come to the shop in a few minutes. So yeah, we probably got about 6 inches of snow on the ground. Not enough to be, oh, here he comes. Not enough to be rideable. Zeke! As you can see, the garage is pretty full because the basement just got flooded. So that's been great. However, with the sled, I got these green Manta ski loops to match the sled. They're a little bit of a pain to put on. In fact, I didn't even do it. My grandpa, who's retired, who loves side projects, gave me a hand with it. So now you got, these were the old ones, right? And they have the rivets in the side, which were a real pain for him to get off. But he got them off. And it didn't make do because, you know, these were the size of them. And the bearing there was a little smaller on either side there. So we had to make do with the bolt. Now, of course, it does have the stainless steel bolt, which takes away a bit of the look. But you know what? I think it looks great. Because before, the skis were black on black. And it didn't really tie the sled together. Now we have the green Manta ski loops that ties everything together. I've been looking at getting the track powder coated. But other than that, it sets up really nice. Also, as you can see, the sled's on a lift, which is super, super great. I'm sorry for the mess. I got things just laying around here. I got this lift for Christmas from Royal Distributing, which is a Canadian company for my American viewers. I think it's about $500. It's on wheels, rolls around. It lets the suspension extend its legs a little bit, and it's easier to work on. So as you can see, I was working on it last night, greasing the track. Ran out of grease. But what do we have? We have new lights that we're going to try and jerry rig and install. So for my last couple sleds, starting with my 2013 Polaris Assault, which was featured a lot on this channel, had LED bars put on second year I had it, I think, and they worked great in the winter before I sold it. My backcountry that I had last year had factory, the Skidoo factory ones I'm sure everyone's aware about. And this sled, all it has is just the normal factory yellow lights. And since we have no snow here, I'm planning a trip north in a couple weeks to some open trails in Ontario, and I'm not sure where that's going to be yet because we got no snow. In order to get these stock bulbs out, all it takes is a quick, as you can see, this one is the stock one that's out, that one's the stock one that's in. It's a quick disconnect of this gray cap, which was originally over this piece in the slot, so it's just a quick disconnect. It's a quick push down on this tab. And the light's out. I pulled that gray cap off of that light in there. All it is just a quick twist to the left, counterclockwise, and she'll twist right out. So then you got 1 and 2 stock lights. That's what they look like. Pretty good condition for a 2018 with 4,000 miles. But they're just halogens, so they're gonna need to be replaced. Okay, so it was successful. And that little light in there, the light has to be straight up. So what I mean by that, low beams, high beams, which is why it's very important that you put it in correctly. And then that top notch is facing forward. And what I mean by that, that little top notch, the top light must be facing forward in order for the high beams and low beams to work. Now they must be as straight as possible as well. That is not so straight, but it's kind of difficult to work with, so I'm kind of just jerry rigging it. And if it's good enough, then it's good enough for the women I go out with. And there's Zeke, for people who are wondering. They look like great lights. I'm also surprised the sled started without the cluster plugged in. That's kind of weird. Maybe drive around without adding mileage onto the sled. Anyways, yeah, these lights look great. And again, you want them as straight as possible, but they're a little bit hard with the 3 little notches there. It has to fit in perfectly. So we're going to toss the other one back in. My main priority is making sure they're straight. And then after that, we'll see how she goes. Okay, so we got them both in. As you can see, that one is ever so slightly angled. And that one is perfectly straight up and down. Now, I don't know why I couldn't get that one to be perfect. But you know what? It's almost perfect. And I'm gonna try and get it perfect, but for this video, in the sake of time, I'm just gonna show you what it looks like now. These are both hooked up. Should fire up good now. Look at that. Night and day difference. Night and day. Wicked bright. I hope these last a while. So now that they're both in here, it's straight, and that one is, oh, actually not quite straight either. My only concern is that I don't want them falling out. Who wants that to happen, right? So I'd rather them be tightened in a little more and not on the right angle than fall out, you know? So what we're gonna do is give this a bit of a wiggle. Make sure that one's not coming out, you know? Make sure the connection's hooked up properly. Make sure that one connection on the other one is hooked up nice and tight. Give it a squeeze. Give this a bit of a wiggle too. Wiggle it, jerk it around, make sure it's tight. And like that's perfectly straight right there. That's perfectly straight, but it's not tight. And I wanted to make sure it's in there nice and tight, so. Yeah, there we go. Let's check these sleds out. You. So these are my cousin's new sleds. He's got, what year's the cat? Get the lights on in here, bro. That came with a big factory windshield like that one, didn't it? And you replaced it?
I don't know where it is, but it was bigger than that.
Yeah. And they just picked up this 600 carb. Anyone who knows these things are solid machines. And this Arctic Cat, it's got the Suzuki motor, which is bulletproof basically. Center pull start, brand new black low cut windshield. So keep an eye out for these in the vlogs. He can put a, if he wants, you gotta go to fuel caddy. All he's got to do for this sled is just drill 2 pieces there, and then he can hold it in. He's got the seat storage here, right? Oh, it lifts up on these ones, doesn't it? Yeah.
This is the old one.
Yeah, that's the old one there. And look, it went from a fucking grandpa machine to being the fastest sled in the lake. Which is so sick. Just a beast of a machine. Both of them have the cutout tunnels, so no snow's gonna be flopping around here. Comfy seat on it too, eh? What, this one? These ones, they're both great, man. This one's got a GGB exhaust you just put on it. Start her up. You gotta pull her. She's a little cold. It's minus 12 outside right now. Big 800. You can't get her going. Come on. Hey! That's mean. Got fully electric start too, eh? It'll be good for your dad though. like that's normal. Most track sleds. Yeah, here's your this is a ripsaw track. That's an Arctic cat on it. Cut it off? Just cut it off. They're in great shape, man. Turn it off before I break your uncle's sled on you. But where's the store? Oh, it's got the storage here, doesn't it?
Yeah. See, mine doesn't have anything.
Don't need it.
I
I've seen guys up north. So what I've seen guys do.
Yeah.
Last year I was in Cochrane. A guy actually, when Owen Rose's sled broke down,
Yeah.
an Arctic cat towed us back. You can get it. You can get a little thing off Amazon or the Arctic cat website if you want. This cage pops off.
Yeah.
I think it's only held in by. Oh yeah. Well, I don't want to. I think these pop. These fold up. I know they fold up.
Yeah.
The hell is that bolt? Anyways, I know these air intakes pop up. You can literally just punch this cage out if you want to or whatever, but this cage comes out, and then you can buy a little box. And then what I've seen two guys do is when I was in Cochrane, the guy had a USB, like the one you get for your car.
And you pull it and you put it into.
And you plug it into this, and you can have this can be a area you heat your goggles or charge your phone, which is cool.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
This one's got a little bit thicker skis.
Yeah. That one's a lot lighter though.
This one?
Yeah, a lot lighter.
Well, because there's less sled. This is a 128 inch track. That's a, you know what? Yeah, that one's longer.
Yeah.
That's a 137. I'm pretty sure. Almost positive. Let me know in the comments if this is not a 137. I don't think it's long enough to be a 144, but it's definitely got some good. Most short tracks don't even have space for that, so that's meant that you do. This one will also be a bit bigger because the gas tank's a little bigger.
Yeah.
So it'll be a bit heavier, but you'll make up for that in size of the engine. You'll get more speed from that, which is cool. As a bit of a recap, I've done the ski loops, which are now green manta, to match the rest of the sled. I might paint those bolts black. As you can see, they're silver ever so slightly. So we got the new track on it too. Brand new, like literally not even a kilometer on that track. Brand new track. The new ski loops, the new lights. Greased the chassis. The battery's all juiced up. I had the Skidoo link bag on the back. I might get a fuel caddy as well if I can afford to buy one in the next couple of weeks. And other than that, we're buzzing. The sled's going to be ready to rip. I'm just going to make sure she's well lubricated, oiled up, and put some fresh fuel in her, and she'll be good to go for the trip. Trip will be in a couple weeks. I'm not sure how far north we're going to have to go. I live in Ontario, so maybe Cochrane, because right now Cochrane is the only trails that are open. But we're not going to be going for another about 12 days. So in that 12 days, there might be some trails open up that are a little closer to us. Might save us a couple hours driving. But stay tuned. Thanks for rocking with me. I'm waiting just as badly as everyone else to put some miles on this beast. And it should be a good season. Thanks for rocking with me, everyone. I wish you all the best in the new year. And stay tuned.